Hello, this is Cheryl. Welcome back to Knit and Crochet with the Gilmoregirl, and thank you very much for my returning viewers and my subscribers. Thank you for coming back and watching today. And to any new people who have come to watch, thank you very much. Welcome. I'm sorry, I'm so out of it today. I don't feel good today. I'm in my pajamas. Don't these look comfy? They're so comfy. Oh, my friend gave me these pajamas. They're so comfortable. I don't feel very good today. So I'm just kind of lazing around in my PJs. So I thought I'd do a short video and let you know what's going on. So first of all, how's everybody doing? I hope you're doing good. I'm doing okay. Like I said, I haven't been feeling well lately. I think I've got an ear infection, so I'm feeling kind of dizzy and tired and everything. So I have to go to the doctor on Tuesday and see what's going on with that. So, yeah, I've had ear infections before, so it's no big deal, but it just kind of takes the energy away from you as well, so. So the last few days I've been lazing around, not doing much. I have been knitting a little bit, not very much, but, I was diagnosed about, I'm gonna move the camera for a second, sorry. I was diagnosed about, probably about 8 or 9 years ago with what's it called? Oh, I keep forgetting what it's called. Carpal tunnel syndrome or whatever down up here. And they have surgery for it, and it makes your fingers tingle and stuff. And I opted against the surgery at the time because it wasn't that bad. But now the last 4 or 5 days, every time I knit or grasp anything, but usually when I'm knitting, my fingers numb up and tingle, and it doesn't feel very good. So I'm going to the doctor on Tuesday, so I'm going to see if I can get some surgery. Not looking forward to the surgery and the getting better part, but recovering, but you know, that's the way it is, and I'd rather have the surgery and get it over with than deal with the tingling and the pain and everything. So that's what I'm going to do. So I haven't been knitting a lot because of that. I've been very bored not knitting. I don't know what I'm going to do if I'm never be able to knit again. But I have knit a little bit. So I'm going to show you. These are my whips. I don't have any finished projects again because I'm working on big projects. Although I want to make some fingerless gloves. So hopefully I'll have that done for you next time. But this is my sweater so far. This is the February lady sweater. We're doing a cow. Then knit a crochet along on this sweater or any crochet sweater. There's the buttonhole. And yeah, so I've done quite a bit on this. I'm on row 9 of the first repeat. And I have to do 30 of them. So there's my markers, just cheap little markers. So I've been doing that, and as much as I can. Just to remind you about the knit and crochet along, we have the February lady sweater is what we're knitting, and you can again crochet any sweater. And, oh, I'm out of breath. So what it is, it started on November 17th, it goes to March 20th, and what it is, you have to be, sorry, I'm so out of it. Oh, wake up, Cheryl. Okay, I need coffee. That's what I need. I need coffee. Yep, or Diet Coke. You know me and my Diet Coke. Anyways, okay, so the rules are for the knit along is you have to be a subscriber to this channel, and you have to be a member of my Ravelry group. Gilmoregirl's podcast is what it's called. And what you do is you post something saying that you are starting the project, and that's considered one entry into the draw. And then every 2 weeks after, I'm going to say as many times as you want to, post that's a change of the rule. Paste rule, I can't even say it, rule, is you post the, I'm losing it, I tell you. Post your update of how your sweater is coming along as many times as you want before March 20th. And each time you post something, I will put your name into a draw. So you can have so many posts. You can post every day if you want. Originally, I said every 2 weeks, but you can post as many times as you want till March 20th. On March 20th, put your finished project picture and say that you finished it, and you'll get another entry. And then at the end, I will do a draw out of a hat or something and pick out a name. So what I'll do is I'll say, if you have 20 posts, I'll say number 1 through 20 is so-and-so, number 21 through 30 is so-and-so, or whatever, you know, and mix them all up and pick one out. So, yeah, it's kind of exciting. So the winner gets a up to $10 free, $10 pattern from Ravelry. So, from me. So that's kind of exciting. I have one entrance so far. Another lady said she'll be doing it after December 13th, so I'm excited to see that. And I'm so excited to see your finished projects. So it's the February Lady Sweater. It's a free pattern on Ravelry. And if you'd rather crochet and you can find a sweater that's a lot like the February Lady Sweater, then by all means go ahead and do that. I have one lady, Trina, who's doing the Every Girl Sweater. Last episode I said it was the Everyday Sweater. It's not. She corrected me. It's the Every Girl Sweater. And I plan on I plan on hooking up on that one as well. Soon I have to buy some yarn. I'm kind of low on money right now, so I have to wait until I have more money. So it could be as late as January before I start that sweater. But I looked at the pattern. It's a pretty easy pattern. It's a free pattern. It's a paid pattern on Ravelry. It's like $2 or $3 Canadian. But if you go to her website, you can get it free. And if you need to know that website, just comment below and I'll send it to you. And you can get the free pattern on her website. So, yeah. So excited about that. And I'm playing with my finger. I don't know why I do that. I pick up my finger. The last time I went to the hospital, I was in the hospital for some reason. And the doctor saw me doing this. And he's like, stop picking your fingers. And I was so embarrassed. I was like, oh, sorry. But anyways. Oh, look at this mess over here. Oh my goodness, let's turn away from that mess. My house is cleaner than it usually is, but that's a mess over in the corner there. Anyways, I'm sure you really needed to know that, but anyways. So, that's all I've done in knitting. I haven't done any crocheting. I plan on knitting some fingerless gloves as soon as my hands start feeling a little bit better. I believe it was, again, Trina who said to, because I was talking to someone, I think it was Trina, about, she's a lady that watches my podcast, and I was talking to her about how my hand hurts when I crochet, and it hurts right over here, and when I knit right now, because of the carpal tunnel syndrome, it tingles and hurts in my fingers, but usually it doesn't hurt too bad. So she was suggested getting a wrist, kind of like a wrist tightening brace type thing, which is something I used to wear when I was younger, because my wrists were always hurting and I played the piano. But I stopped wearing it because I was embarrassed. I was only like 13, so I was embarrassed to wear it at school and stuff. So I decided that I'm going to buy one, and so I can use it when I knit and crochet. So hopefully in the next month or two I'll be buying one of those as soon as I get enough money. Again, I'm really low on money right now, so trying to watch my budget. I bought a whole bunch of books at the library book sale, so that was my extra money. So, yeah, so anyways, I had Kendra overnight a few nights ago. When was that? That was, or I think I told you about that, but then I had her again last night for, from about 4:30 in the afternoon till about 11 at night. And she usually goes to bed at 7:30, but it was a Friday night, so I let her stay up till 8:30. And then she didn't go to sleep. She would not go to sleep. She usually sleeps in my room, but she got scared. So I said she could sleep in the living room with me, and I would sit up and read or something, and she could lay on the floor or on the other chair. I have this big reclining chair, kind of like this one. And she decided to lay on the floor, so we made a little bed for her on the floor. And she laid down, and she got up again and wanted a snuggle, so we had a snuggle, and then she went back to bed, and she just couldn't sleep. And then I found out later that she had had a long nap that day, so that's why she wasn't sleeping. So she was also sick yesterday. I was sick yesterday, so she was also sick. So we just kind of had a lazy day. I stayed in my pajamas all day again yesterday. And she was in her pajamas, and we just hung around. We watched movies on Netflix, and we had pizza for dinner, frozen pizza, and we colored. We sat and colored for about an hour, just coloring on one page, and we got to one point where she was pushing my hand away so she can color a certain spot, so I started pushing her back, and we started going like this and scribbling all over the page, ruined the page, but it was fun, so it was a lot of fun. We had a great time, and then she finally went down and laid down, and we told knock-knock jokes for about an hour, or actually about half an hour. And it was fun because the knock-knock jokes didn't make any sense, but we were laughing, and we were all giggly, and I get giggly at night, so we were laughing over the dumbest things, and we had a lot of fun. And she had told me at the end, she says, "I had fun today, Cheryl." And I'm like, "Oh, that's good, thank you. I had fun too." So it was really great. I couldn't love her more. She was my own child. She's just a wonderful little girl, and I'm blessed to have her in my life. So, yeah, and then her mom came and picked her up, and they went home, and today I just kind of lazed around. So, yeah, haven't done much last few days because of my fingers tingling. I haven't been knitting a lot, and I've been watching a lot of YouTube. Just to say, I've been watching a lot of knitting podcasts. I'd like to recommend a few, if you don't mind, if you're interested in watching some. I'm not sure if I mentioned this lady before or not, but she watches my podcast. Her name is Jane, and she is from Scraptastic Yarns podcast. And she does a lot of charity work. Sorry. She does a lot of charity work, does a lot of knitting for charity, and she's a really great woman. So if you want to check out her podcast, go ahead. That's great. Subscribe to her. She's a wonderful lady. Her name's Jane again. So I watch her. I watch, oh goodness, I watch so many. I just type in knitting podcasts and watch all of them. I'm subscribed to so many. What's another one I watch regularly? Oh, I watch so many, I can't even think of names of any. Knitting and Stitches is a good one. Canadian Knitter, of course, I watch. Her name's Sarah. I watch her. I've mentioned her before. Knit Kit Team Possibilities. I've mentioned her before, I believe, but she's pretty good. She's from the UK. From London, I believe. Let's see. Let's think of some new ones that have come up. There's quite a few new ones that have come up. If you type in knitting podcasts, and then it'll say Knitting Podcast US, Knitting Podcast Canada, Knitting Podcast UK, and just type in them, and you'll find lots of great knitting podcasts. They're just wonderful. And I love watching them. I love the people, the women that do it, and the men that do it, and they're just wonderful people. So, yeah, look up knitting podcasts on the YouTube. It's wonderful. How many times can I say knitting podcast, huh? I say it a lot. But anyways, I've been watching YouTube, and I've been watching Netflix. What have I been watching on Netflix? Well, I've been watching The Chase, which is a game show, and that's pretty good. It's on Netflix, on Canada at least it is. And I've been watching Law and Order SVU, because I love that show, and I've been rewatching that. I've been watching Once Upon a Time. I've been watching Brooklyn Nine-Nine, which I think is just hilarious. That is such a good show. Oh, Brooklyn Nine-Nine, just wonderful show. It's so funny. And, yeah, so I've been watching quite a bit of Netflix and stuff. So that's about it. I've been reading. I just finished. Oh, I got to tell you about a book. I read the best book I've ever read in my entire life. Let me move my computer a bit. I'm going to try and do it without making a big thing here. Oh, sorry. Okay, I'm just going to get my book. Whoops, yarn down. Yarn down. Alright. Okay, I'm back. Sorry about that. I forgot to bring this with me. This is a book that I read that was like the best book. I moved the computer again. My leg got stuck. Sorry about that again. There, that's better. Hi. Miss me? I don't know why he said that, but anyways. This book, okay, like I said, I read it in one sitting. In a 3.5 hours, I read it. And let me tell you, I had all the feelings. I cried so much, and I rarely cry when I read a book. And this one, I bawled so much, I had to put the book down a couple times. Because I was just crying. My heart is still beating fast thinking about it. It's been 2 days since I read it. Everything, Everything by Nicola Yoon. Is it Nicola? Yeah, Nicola Yoon. This is a young adult's book. But it's not fantasy. Because whenever you think young adults, you always think of fantasy, as I do. This book is about a girl, a teenage girl, an 18-year-old, who is allergic to everything, basically. So she can't go out into the outside world. She has to live in her house under, she can't have any visitors. She has to have the air refreshed and everything. And anyways, this guy moves next door, and she falls in love with him. And they start emailing and stuff, and she falls in love with him. He comes to visit, has to get a medical check and all that stuff. And she's really close to her mom, which I like, because I was really close to my mom before she died. But the ending, about 3 chapters away from the ending, a plot twist comes. And this whole book is about her wanting to go out and experience the ocean and have a time out of the house. And she eventually runs away with the guy, and they go to a place, I won't say where, but a place near the ocean, and things happen from there. I'm just thinking about the plot twist. It was just amazing. And looking back into the book, thinking back, I can see how it happened. I can see the clues to what was going to happen. But reading it for the first time, I didn't see the clues. I didn't see it coming. It shocked me. I cried so hard. And it was so good. So Everything, Everything by Nicola Yoon. Read it. You will not regret it. It is the best book I've ever read in my entire life. And it is so good. I'm glad I bought it, because it's going to be in a movie. I don't know if it's out yet or not, but I heard it's going to be a movie, and it says right here, read it before you see the film. So I know it's going to be a movie. I definitely want to see it. Oh my goodness, it is so good. My nose is itchy again. Why is it always itchy when I do podcast? That was my phone, by the way. Sorry, somebody just texted me. Anyways, that's it. Thank you very much for watching. Have a great day. If you want to check out my BookTube channel, please do. It's Read with a Gilmoregirl under Cheryl Lynette Gilmore. That's CHERYL-LYNETTEGILMORE. Thank you very much. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and have a great day. God bless you and all you do. Bye.